Good afternoon. The reason for this video is just to talk about the structure of the lesson plan, and how it would have been implemented. This lesson uh, is tailored for 6-year-old students. We know that students at this age, they can already talk. They could probably read just basic basic words and sentences, but they probably do not know how to write as a 2nd-year-old, 3rd-year-old kid would. So the lesson revolves around sight words. Sight words are high frequency words, words that students use on a daily basis. These words for this lesson will help students read. They will see it being used in stories, in a story. I w- the lesson starts with a question by the teacher with the word like. By using the word like, the teacher engages the student by asking them, what do they like? The teacher makes the example by saying what the teacher likes. In this case, the teacher says, I like coffee. With that, with that example, the teacher engages the student into participating. That's just the pre-activity. The students get to talk to other students by telling them all the things that they like, all the things that they come up with. It can go from candy to milk. Because we know that we are using this lesson with students that do not necessarily speak English, but they're learning. We can let the students slide by saying the things that they like in Spanish. The teacher will have to provide the word in English by presenting it with a picture, and then add like the English word right under it. One of the things that would work would be like a magnetized flashcard that the teacher can grab and put on the wall. For example, if the student says candy, the teacher will pull out a a picture or flashcards that we can glue on the whiteboard or blackboard, whichever they use. Put it on the board, and then under it will go the word that says candy, and then the teacher will help the student say I like. Instead of saying dulce, it will go I like candy, and it will go on until all the students have participated. After that, the teacher will move on into what is called the during activity. For the during activity, the teacher will present a series of words that students would have to memorize, not necessarily comprehend what they are, but the teacher can reinforce the new words that the teacher is presenting by presenting it with either a picture or by mimicking the word. For example, the word honey, the teacher can just present like a jar with golden liquid pouring over the jar, and just presenting it as honey. And the same thing can go with ice cream, just like present like a cone with different flavors of ice cream on top. And that way, the teacher can introduce each word for the following activity. In the following activity, but before that, before the teacher presents the picture or mimics it, the teacher will have like all the words covered up, and will have the first letter of that word uncovered. The purpose for this, we want students, one, to recognize what the letter is, the letter of the alphabet. But because we are working with sight words, the job of the student is to pronounce the first letter, not the letter, but its sound, like the sound of the letter. For example, we have the word in the list of the sight words. We have the word honey. We know that the honey starts with the letter H, but the sound of honey is not H, it's ha, ha. So we're gonna help students sound out the first letter, which is ha, 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 and from then we can go on and sounding out all the letters together to form the word, which is honey. And we can go on like that for every single word. So, with that in mind, the teacher's gone after going over all the words presented as the sight words. Just to remind, sight words are just to memorize. They are high frequency words, just like words that are used on a daily basis. From there, the teacher is gonna move on to a story that I personally wrote. It's called Wally Likes Honey. This short story talks about a bear that likes honey, but wakes up from a dream where he dreams that he likes ice cream, but he just says that he doesn't like ice cream. He actually loves honey because he is a bear. But the good thing about this story is that the story rhymes. Every single line rhymes. For example, the first line says, Wally woke up from a dream he had. Late at night awoke he was. And we go on like that. And every single word that we saw previously as sight words is highlighted in red. We can either take two different approaches from this. We can either have the students read along right after or along with the teacher, like if the teacher says Wally woke up, like the students would read right behind the teacher, Wally woke up. We can either do this, or we can have the teacher read Wally woke up from A, and we come across the word dream, which is highlighted in red. That means that is a sight word that was previously presented to the students by the teacher, and we can just stop there and have the students read that word instead of the teacher. So Wally woke up from A, and the student would jump in and say the dream he had, and the teacher would just finish it, or the student would just finish it, whichever approach the teacher wants to take. But the purpose of sight words is words for the students to memorize, to make it easier for them, or to introduce them actually to reading. After the reading, we can do some listening comprehension to see if the students understood, what the students got from the story. So simple question would be I just have two for this activity. The first one is the bear's name Jogi, which we know from the story that the bear's name is Wally. So the student will have to answer Wally. Just in case the students for whatever reason get it wrong, we can go back to the story and read the part where it says Wally, just to corroborate our answers with them. The second question will be, does he like ice cream? We know that he says that he doesn't like ice cream, that he actually likes honey. And for this activity, I forgot to mention that every time we come across a highlighted red word, we can show with an overhead projector. We can show pictures. For example, where it says that Wally woke up from a dream, we can show a bear getting up from bed. Another one that says another part in the story that says that Wally went down the stairs to open up the fridge. We can show a bear opening up fridge. So we can go on like that for all the 6 words that are presented throughout the story. We can show 6 different pictures. After that, we move on to the post activity. In the post activity, I created pieces of paper. It's composed of 6 parts. The front of the paper says my L, capital L, and upper L underscore L, it says my L book, and under it is a line, and under the line says name. So over that line, it goes the student's name. After the front page, we go to the first page of the booklet actually, and we have the picture of a lizard, and then under it says this is a lizard, and we go on like that, showing different items that start with the letter L. But all the sentences under each picture says this is a. It can be a lizard or it can be any other item starting with the letter L. With this, we want students to start reading short sentences starting with this is a, and we're presenting an item with the letter L because the lesson was based on the word like that starts with the letter L. So my little book has pictures, and what students are supposed to do here, they're supposed to first read the sentence to a partner, to one of their classmates. Students are gonna pair up. They're gonna sit together, and one student is gonna go first throughout his or her booklet. Is gonna read this is a. Is gonna sound out the first letter, and the other student is supposed to there to support the students that is reading by helping them sound out the first letter, and then together sound out the entire word. Which for the first one would be this is a lizard. Once the student has said the sentence, it's gonna move on to the second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. After that, they're gonna go back to the page where the names are. They're gonna locate the letter L and circle it for each page. Each page is supposed to circle. They're supposed to they're supposed to circle the letter L. After that, they're gonna color the items. For this, they're gonna color a lizard, a leaf, a ladder, a lemon, and a lion. So after the student has finished saying the sentences found in the booklet, now is the other student's turn. Now the other student can read back the sentences to the first student that was reading. Then, and that is basically my lesson. Again, sight words are not there to tell the student what they mean. They're actually there to help the student memorize those words, so when they see it on a sentence or in a reading material, they already know how to pronounce that. And the good thing about this type of lesson of sight words is because it provides students with raw language. What I mean by that is that students actually learn the language as it is delivered to them. Whenever youngsters like infants, and we're talking about like first graders and below, they don't tend to think about language as much as an adult does. And when you present language to an adult, what the adult does, he just freezes, because the adult does not comprehend what is being said. The adult wants to think about, wants to know what is being said, what the word means, why of certain things in grammar, while the young student just takes the language. Everything is fun for the student. It takes it as it is, as it comes, and doesn't question it. It just goes along with the language. So by providing students with this type of lessons, we are providing students with actual ways of learning. We are providing them with a way of learning, just the way they were taught when they were babies. And this is what we're doing with this lesson. We are providing for a solid foundation where students can learn in a very natural way. This is it for my lesson. This is for the teacher. Just to warn you, the reason I'm doing this video is because we had a recent teachers and one student that got sick from what was going around COVID-19, and I was just forbidden to go near the premise, the teacher or the students. And because of that, not just the teachers, it's also in the neighborhood. There's a lot of people that I know, that I knew personally, that passed away because of this. So there's a fear going on, and I just had to do it this way. I had no other choice to do it any other way. I hope that this video counts for the activity, and I just hope that I get to implement this lesson soon. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a good day.